I think it was important for our swimmers, divers, to have a strong team today. It's the end of our season, last dual meet, regular dual meet. Our chance to recognize our seniors, have parents here, and even though it was a little bit lopsided in terms of the final score, I think it made our kids get up and give even better races, and they were prepared for that. We had some people swimming off events to see what they could do in those events, and it paid off for us very well.
I think it was really interesting coming in because a lot of the upperclassmen were talking about the fact that NYU tends to swim a lot of off events, and so I mean a lot of us were also swimming kind of off events, and it was more of let's see what kind of times we can put down rather than a let's try and beat this team. And really they are such a huge team. I mean, we were watching them warm up and it was like each lane seemed to have as many people as our whole tight team has, and they had like 3 lanes, and they were really taking over the pool.
In terms of the women's side, we're very proud of what they were able to put together, of course, but Marie Schmidt's 1,000 freestyle, 11:10 and some change, but she had a great 1,000 free. It's the best in-season time that she's had. She's a sophomore. She was, I believe, 3rd in the event and just kept at it. Julia Cunningham did extremely well. 2 flies been consistent for her, but she hasn't had as much of a chance to go 2 breaststroke. She was victorious in the 2 breaststroke and in a decided manner, and went 2:29 and some changes, and is not that far off of our school record in that event as well. Lily Frye swam a great 50 freestyle from the get-go, one of the best races we've seen her do in season. She's also a sophomore, and she pulled out a victory in the 50 freestyle. So those were not the only highlights. Millie Nelson, we haven't even seen her fly before. She's a sophomore, and she went 102 in the fly today, which is a lifetime best. So good competition brought out good results in our team as well.
Yeah. So the 200 fly, I was actually trying a different approach to the event. So. I talked to assistant coach Danny beforehand, and he'd said kind of go out a little bit easier and then try and come home harder, which normally I kind of do it the opposite way. I go out with everything I have and then finish the race with whatever I have left. And so I think I went out 2 seconds slower than I went when I did the 206. So, and afterwards I think Danny definitely thought that was not the right approach for me. And also the fact that I think the atmosphere was a little bit different in the pool today than it was when I went the 206. And then as far as the 200 breaststroke, I was happy with that swim. I haven't been training much breaststroke, but I'm a 2nd off that record, and I'd really like to get that at some point.
On the men's side, they weren't to be outdone. Anthony Walker, in terms of 2 fly, which he's been relatively consistent at, right 159, came back very strong after the meet on Wednesday, where he reset his school record. So for him to have another great day today says a lot about what he's doing. And then he got up in the 500 free and went 5:02 and almost outpaced the victor. So a very dogged race for him.
Well, 50 free is always just a fun race to swim. I mean, it can really go either way because it's so short. But you just gotta put your head in the game and then swim your best. And I feel winning certain races really gets your team pumped up, and it gives them some more courage to swim their best, even though you might be swimming against a really big team, really fast team like NYU.
Greg Cristina, right from the get-go as well, 50 freestyle, one of the best races we've seen him do this season. Also a sophomore, so he's learning to put some great races together. Luke Amodio has been very consistent. Great to see his backstroke right around the 56 range today, but it's been 55 in season. That bodes well because we can see him putting other aspects of the race in and being able to hold that very well. In terms of our men's side, I think we surprised NYU in a couple instances. I don't think they were prepared for us getting up and giving them what we had, and I'm very proud of what we were able to do today.
Wednesday's meet was basically the first meet we had in a while, so it was kind of a warm-up meet, and it was really short because it was only a guys' meet, so we didn't really have much time to rest between our events, but this meet we were able to have that time to rest, and it really showed off in all of our races.